I have the power.
Ah! Ah! Ow! Oh! Oh! God, what am I have my head?
Actually made it smaller now.
Oh, geez, can you make it any more smaller? Jeez, don't let the power go to your head there. Oh my God. Oh, welcome everybody. Me and the Mad Titan over here, as promised, we are back for a spoiler discussion talking about Avengers Infinity War, and this is not going to be a review. We already did our review. You can check it on the YouTube channel. So we're not going to talk about our grade rating. We're not going to talk about, all that stuff. It was a spoiler-free review. If you want to check it out, you absolutely can do that. But we are talking spoilers, so big warning to you guys. If you haven't seen the movie yet, you are definitely going to be spoiled in this video.
You want to avoid it as soon as possible.
I want to avoid it as soon as possible.
Better get this before the real Titan comes.
Yeah, before the real Titan comes here, and then he's going to really mess me up here. Alright, guys. So let's get this started. Topic number 1. What did you think of all those characters finally coming together?
Well, like we said in the last non-spoiler review, this is
Yeah.
18 movies in the making.
Ooh, yes. This is 18 films in the making before this one, yes.
I always thought, we've discussed this a lot of times before. I'm like, once they got to this movie, I'm like, what is going to be the most unique combination of characters meeting up? I'm like, for me, for the biggest one in the beginning would have to have been when Tony meets up with Doctor Strange and finds out there's magic in the world, and they find out the Hulk is back, and I'm like, what the F, man? What's going on?
What I love about the characters coming together, and certain things, again, which sometimes you forget about with these films, is the fact that Tony Stark and Bruce Banner haven't seen each other since Age of Ultron.
And that was for him, 2-3 years, give or take?
Yeah, exactly. So, again...
They never found out, never knew what happened to the Hulk. Did he die? Did he disappear? What happened?
They never knew, and I like sort of those interactions. I love the interactions between Doctor Strange and Tony, man, because...
You got two big fish in one small pond, and it's just they're going to go up against each other.
They're going to go up against each other. They don't care. I really love that one. I love the interactions between Thor and Star-Lord.
Once we saw that part in the trailer when you see them meet up, I'm like, oh great.
He's
intimidated by Thor. He really is.
He's intimidated by Thor, and
he's got a girlfriend just he's so muscular, Star-Lord's getting jealous.
he's getting jealous, but he's kind of,
even Drax is kind of he looks like an angel made a baby with a pirate. He's an angel pirate baby.
This is a man.
This is a man. I'm like, Drax, you and Thor need a couple minutes alone?
Someone come on out. I love those interactions a lot. I love the interactions that Thanos has with Gamora.
Yeah.
I think those are just fantastic moments of just really opening up his character.
And you show that he's not a complete monster. He does feel some regret for what he's doing.
He feels regret. He feels remorse. You definitely feel that. I really love that a lot. I also will say, that I really love all those cool little awkward moments where for instance, when Rocket is on the battlefield and he's talking to Bucky. And certain things like that, or when Groot meets Captain America.
Everybody's like, got a walking tree here. I'm like, what's going on?
When he's like, I am Groot. It's like, I am Steve Rogers. Even
when Rocket meets Thor, I'm like, oh my god, this is just gonna be barrels of fun.
Was it everything that you were hoping for, I guess?
Even when Star-Lord meets up with Iron Man, and Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man, I'm like, oh Lord, you got like 3 alpha dogs right here trying to decide a plan how to take out one of the most powerful beings in the universe.
I know. I love all that stuff. I think all the interactions with all the characters, finally seeing them all come together. And yes, not all of them come together exactly. We may have some of that in the next film.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just so fun to finally see these people together. It felt like watching that first Avengers movie again when you have those people you were always like, okay.
The rash tag team of outcasts joining up to fight a similar threat.
I love that. I love that so much. I thought that was really, really cool. Yeah, for me, again, I thought those interactions were just stellar, man.
Mm-hmm.
They were stellar. Any more on this topic, or should we go to topic number 2?
No, I mean, there was some minor stuff with some certain characters that we might talk about near the end, but we can discuss that at the end. Let's go to the next question.
All right, guys, topic number 2. What were the moments that shocked you the most?
Oh, for me, would have to say practically in the beginning, when you see at the end of Ragnarok, you see Thanos' ship over Thor's, and you get to see the aftermath.
You get to see the aftermath of it.
It's not pretty.
And you know what? I liked, look, I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of death of basically...
Just in the beginning alone, I mean...
Could you say that Thor is the last Asgardian left?
See, there's big questions about certain characters from the last movie that are unknown. We don't know what happened to Valkyrie.
No.
I mean, I know Jamie Alexander can come back as Sif in the last movie because of the scheduling conflict.
Yep.
So she might come back.
She may come back next one.
Thanos did say he was going to destroy half the universe, so that means probably half the Asgardians, considering there are almost very little left. So if he did let some go, he must have did it by... Who knows? He might either let them all go out or...
You know who I'm hoping is still alive? Korg.
Why'd you have to say his name? I don't like Korg. Korg is... I have to be honest, Korg is probably one of the worst characters from Ragnarok. I mean, come on. I mean, I would have rather had his little pal Meat come back. He's a little insect grub.
Can you do a little Korg for us for this vid?
I tried to start a revolution, but nobody came. I didn't hand enough pamphlets out. My mom and her boyfriend came, and I don't like them. I mean, he's supposed to. I mean, last time you see one of his kind is during Dark World, and he must be the brunt. Korg must be the brunt of the litter because this one was like almost 3 times his size.
Oh,
like bigger than Hulk almost.
Yeah, oh my god, man.
If he survived Asgard ship getting completely destroyed.
He might have survived.
I mean, did you want to get into some character deaths?
Or
did you want to wait till near the end?
We'll save that for topic number 3, but I will say this, one of the more shocking moments for me, and we kind of hinted at it in the spoiler-free review we did, was when Thanos and Gamora go to the planet to find the Soul Stone.
He almost dropped dead when he saw the character.
I almost dropped on the goddamn floor.
I told this character was not dead. He did not believe me after all these years.
When I saw none other than himself.
The Red Skull.
The Red Skull. Oh my god. I couldn't believe it.
Our 3, other than him and our 2 pals that were there, I literally hear everybody was gasping. Oh my god, he's back! He almost dropped the floor. I was like, I fucking knew it! I knew he was alive after all these years.
I knew it. What I loved about it is that that's what I think is great about being a fan of these films, is that eventually things pay off, even though you have to wait God knows how many years for it.
It was worth the wait.
It was worth the wait because, like, at the end of Captain America: The First Avenger, he's holding the Tesseract, right?
Yeah, the Space Stone.
And he literally vaporizes into thin air, and
it's kind of ironic. It sends him to he has one Infinity Stone. It sends him to another one, which is kind of ironic.
And one that he could never get.
No. And from what I understand, or at least from what I saw on the website about that one, as long as he's there in the presence of the Soul Stone, he's practically immortal, or at least on that planet.
Really? So if he leaves the planet,
I don't know if he'd like age rapidly, or he'd just be the same age when he leaves, or is he some sort of like non-corporeal spirit now? Who knows?
okay.
Because that would explain the whole extra abilities that he has there.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely felt like he was almost like a ghost almost.
Yeah, sort of like trapped between this reality and the next reality.
Yeah, he definitely did. Boy, I just loved it, man. I thought that was so
that was
cool.
an epic mystery.
God, that was mystery solved. By the way, that's a great
well, I kind
one.
of figured it was like
mean,
you have such a great character with Red Skull. It's like you don't want to leave him out. I was like, who knows? They might find a way to bring him back.
They might, and who
Maybe
knows?
not the same actor, but they might have somebody that looks similar to him.
I would love to see him in the next Infinity film. I'd love to see him in it. Hopefully, cross fingers he is. I will say this. Another shocking moment for me was I think again it's not a death, so I won't really get into that death. But when Tony gets stabbed.
Everybody's like, "Oh, this is the moment where Iron Man gets taken out." I'm like,
"This is the moment. This is it. He's gonna die right here and now." And then when he didn't, I was shocked he didn't die. I was shocked he got stabbed because I thought he was gonna die.
I mean, considering where he got stabbed, I'm surprised he didn't like bleed out internally. But then again, this is Iron Man. You know, he's got all kinds of gadgets with him. Considering his new, most advanced armor, you figure he has a way around some kind of injury like that.
But let me ask you this: were you disappointed that we didn't get a person like Captain America dying?
The main crew, the main.
Yeah, like Captain America or Iron Man, or were you
I think they
disappointed in
still
that?
have one big final push to go through.
Okay.
I mean, I think this next, not this one, but the next Infinity War.
Sure.
Who knows? Out of the main originals anyway.
Yeah.
And one of them might kick the bucket.
I mean, let me ask you this. I guess
We've been discussing this ever since we did, what was it? Not even before Black Panther, it was like a couple movies before, it was like, when we first saw the promo trailer, I'm like, who's gonna die?
Who's gonna bite it? Who's gonna die?
We had bets down too.
Well, we did have bets. I mean, let me ask you this. I mean, if you're going into the next film, which is a year away, who are you betting on dying? Are you taking Thor? Are you taking
See, the problem with Thor
Iron
is
Man?
he's died a couple times already. So
Okay,
I mean,
who do you? If you're saying okay, it's time for this person to go. The contract is up. These actors want to move on. I mean,
I'd have to say. I mean, it'd be kind of surprising from what I'm about to say is considering the. I mean, we're gonna talk. I want to talk about this a little bit next.
Yeah.
Is I might think the Hulk might bite the bullet.
Wow, you're thinking the Hulk.
Well, I mean, once we get done with this particular.
Oh, sure,
thing,
yeah, we'll
talk about him.
We'll the next thing, but. I mean, was there any other shocking moments for
major
you?
shockers other than the ending deaths?
Other than the deaths. I mean, was there any ones that you were like, wow?
I'm kind of surprised at how some characters have gotten immensely more powerful since the last time we saw them. Like Scarlet Witch, Jesus Christ, she's gotten powerful.
She's gotten hugely powerful. Holy crap,
even
man!
Thor's and when he gets his new weapon in this one.
the new hammer.
You got to realize his weapon doesn't only harness his power; it amplifies it.
Yes, and it's like,
his new hammer, Jesus Christ.
And I don't know if you really like the hammer being destroyed in Ragnarok, or whether
I think he's got a worthy successor with this one.
Okay.
I was kind of pissed off that the other hammer got done, but then again, you feel like this new hammer might lead up to a new Marvel character might be coming. If you know the Thor history behind his new hammer.
Okay.
There's a character called John was talking about. It was Beta Ray Bill.
Ah, yes, there was hints. I thought there was hints of Beta Ray Bill in Thor Ragnarok, but they didn't really show the actual character. But so you think that if Thor does somehow die or pass on, that we could get a Beta Ray Bill next?
Yeah, because I mean he does have a similar get up to what Thor had originally from the first costume he had in Avengers.
Okay, I mean that could work. I think they would be kind of cool. Again,
kind of a passing of the torch.
Kind of a passing of the torch, and you don't want to see these actors, go because you love these actors, but
eventually they're gonna get tired of doing it. I mean, look what happened with Hugh Jackman with Wolverine.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, after a while...
He went out epically.
But after a while, I think actors are just like, you know what, I'm just getting too old for this. I really am, man.
And even Downey and Evans and Hemsworth, it's like, we can't do these characters forever. Eventually we're going to have to pass the torch to somebody else. Even they say that, like, these Marvel movies could go on for a very long time.
Yes, if you really think about it, these Marvel movies can go on for a really crap long time. But, that's it for topic number 2.
Well, I did want to say one minor thing about the Hulk thing.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, in the beginning of the movie, you do see Hulk try to take on Thanos, which...
Yeah, I mean, literally, Hulk comes in and starts trying to beat the living crap out of Thanos, and he gets some good punches in.
Mind you, he already has one Infinity Stone, which gives him a really enhanced edge.
Yeah, he has the Power Stone, yes.
Which, mind you, amplifies his durability and strength already, considering I'm like, Hulk is like punching him, it's just like not barely even phasing him. And Thanos just whoops his ass.
And I will say this, a lot of people complained, and our friend John complained about it too, the fact of basically we get a little bit of Hulk right at the beginning and there's no more Hulk.
His main complaint was like, he didn't want the Ragnarok Hulk back. He wanted like the Avengers Hulk back.
Yes.
Just a violent fighting machine. I'm like, you got to realize Thanos already had the Power Stone.
Yeah.
Even Hulk at the most primal rage, it would take he'd have to rage up to a point which probably would make his brain explode in order to even hurt Thanos in his current power state.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's kind of because there's so many characters to service in this film that it's like, I think they realized, they said, you know what, can we get away with not having a lot of Hulk in this movie?
I think that's what they're saving for the next movie.
I think that's what they're saving for.
Because you got to realize, Hulk has really never lost a fight other than the Hulkbuster. I mean, he came close in Ragnarok with Thor.
Yes.
And mind you, even Thor got his ass kicked by Thanos in the beginning.
Yes.
And he was at his full power state now.
Yes, exactly. I mean, look, for me, I don't mind that we didn't get a lot of Hulk.
But you do get to see some conflict between him and Banner in this movie too.
Yes, which I like, because you saw some conflict in that first movie, The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. Mm-hmm. You saw the conflict there, and then they kind of got away from that a little bit with like the Avengers and other movies like that. But they kind of brought the conflict back where he doesn't want to come out, and I like that. I thought that was really cool.
But you also got to realize in Ragnarok, he's been the Hulk for like 2 years. He never transformed back into Banner.
Yeah.
Now Banner's back, he realizes that Banner might take full control again.
Yeah.
But, this isn't just Hulk and, Banner, having control all the time. It's got to be an equal partnership.
It's got to be equals, and he's just gonna have to deal with. Like I said, I think we're gonna get more in part 2. Yeah. But in the meantime, I didn't mind what we got. Yeah. I was perfectly fine with it.
I think there's gonna have to be some. I think I foresee kind of a little bit that probably, considering both Hulk and Banner both really care about Natasha.
Yeah.
I think something bad's gonna almost happen to her in the next film.
Think
that's gonna pull out the Hulk.
You think basically
something's going to make him snap to just go full primal rage again.
I think something like that is going to happen big time. I do. I just don't know what's going to happen with it, but I think it will. Only time will tell. These are just predictions. We don't know for sure. But
there you go. We're running out of time on here.
So so let's do topic number 3. Topic number 3, the big one, death. So,
how do you want to do it? Do you want to do it from beginning to end?
Let's just wherever we go with it, however we want to do it, beginning, front, middle, back, whatever.
I mean, I could say for the beginning, it's just alone. You get Loki gets strangled to death by Thanos.
let me ask you this, because even in the movie, and people have commented on it, Thor says he doesn't even know if Loki's really dead or not. Do you
Loki's
believe...
cheated death so many times, it's ridiculous.
Do you believe Loki's actually
I
dead?
think this is a permanent death for him. I mean, if he was going to do some kind of mirage thing where he always does a copy of himself or anything, you would have saw him like do some kind of like look to Thor to let him know that he's not dead.
Okay.
How would he have gotten... I understand Asgard and Frost Giants are tough and they can survive probably in space for a little while, but I can understand cold won't affect him because he's a Frost Giant, but still, you still need to breathe.
Yeah, you still need to breathe. I know. I think, for me, I think Loki's dead. I think Loki's gone. And you know what? But let me ask you this, because, and it's going to be the same way with any of these character deaths. Did you find the Loki one satisfying? Did you felt that he went out good, or did you felt like it wasn't as satisfying as it could have been?
Well, I mean, you gotta realize he double crashed Thanos. You know he was gonna come back and bite him in the butt. I mean, you know he was gonna try to double cross him, at least try one more time. Even if he managed to take out Thanos or at least wound him, he still got to fight the Black Order, and his brother's not really in the ship to fight right now.
No.
Hulk got his ass kicked, and he's gone. Most of his people are dead.
Sure. I mean, I felt like it was a quick death. It was not... I was maybe expecting a little bit more of a grandiose death for him, but...
I kind of foresaw him, like, using the Power Stone to make him, like, disintegrate or something.
Oh, yeah, something like that. That would have been cool. I still like the death because it shows the power of Thanos, so I'm not against that death, and I mean,
the next one I'd have to say was also on the ship. I was like, I thought, considering how the Warriors 3 went out in Ragnarok, which kind of was like a pissy way to go out, is they're supposed to be the second toughest warriors after Thor.
Yes.
I mean, I understand Hela was powerful in that, but come on. Like in this one, Heimdall's already wounded and already on the ground, he's already like almost passing away. He manages to do one final act for Thor, to help out Thor and his friends. But even him, I thought he'd go out fighting.
So you didn't like the death of Heimdall?
I mean, all he does is get like stabbed in the chest by, I forget, it was Thanos or one of his... I think it was Thanos.
I believe it was Thanos.
I would have liked him at least trying to fight Thanos or at least something. Try to get up, like barely able to walk or something.
And I will say this much, and it goes back to Thor Ragnarok too. I felt a lot of them went out in very weak ways. Again,
they're supposed to be the most powerful, and even Heimdall is supposed to be more powerful than the Warriors 3. I mean,
is Heimdall a big enough character to get worried about his death? I guess not at the end of the day, but still...
he was one of the more powerful Asgard. You figured he would have gone out fighting. But I mean, again, that's a minor nitpick at best. I mean, we don't know how severe his injuries were,
Well, this is true, too. You don't know, but... yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a minor death at best because, again, with all these characters, he's not a big enough character to have really, done as much of an impact as you think he would.
I think he had a bigger role in the last movie, but even then
it was still a little bit. I mean,
I think the next one...
What other deaths, sir?
I think the next one we have to talk about is for the next Infinity Stone, because I think that was the next one that came on.
Was,
Miss Female Guardian of the Galaxy, Gamora.
The
adopted daughter of Thanos.
Did this one, I think, really is the one that hit people the hardest.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they saw it coming.
I think a lot of people in the screen were kind of shocked that she was going to be the next one taken out. I'm like, well, I mean, in the movie, in order to get the Soul Stone, he has to make some kind of sacrifice.
Yes, and basically the sacrifice is something that you care about, someone personal that you care about that you have to lose in order to gain the Soul Stone.
And which Gamora was kind of like, she's laughing and crying at the same time. It's like, you care about nothing.
Yes, there's nothing that you care about. Nobody cares about you. You don't love anything.
You're just a monster.
And basically...
he turns around and you see like the little tears in it.
Tears.
laughing and a little bit crying right there. It's like she realizes it's her, and I'm like, she tries to either kill herself before he can do it, or tries to run, and it's just he's too powerful at this point.
He's just too powerful at this point, and it just, to me, I think the death is very emotional. I think the death really works a lot.
One of the more critical parts of the entire film, mainly for me.
Let me ask you this, and it's, what if for some reason in the next Avengers movie they decide to say, okay, we're bringing back Gamora. The idea that, they can somehow bring her back. Do you feel like it would undercut this film? The idea that, why did we see her death if it just meant that she was coming back? I mean,
Well, the counter that, considering, well, you can a lot of say the sacrifice that she gets made from her counteracts all these other characters' future deaths.
Yes.
Would that counteract all their deaths by having her come back? Sort of like a chain reaction type thing.
True.
I think it's going to be more of a choice, or it's kind of a sacrificial choice. So I'm like,
yes,
you can bring back Gamora, or you can bring back a majority of these people. You can't bring back everyone.
Yeah, so you got to pick and choose who.
Basically, I think it's going to come to a point where they're not going to be able to choose her in order to save all these other people. And it's going to affect the other Guardians.
I agree with you. I mean, look, I've heard rumors of the idea of that she's actually inside the Soul Stone. Her soul is inside it, and that
sort of like a purgatory type thing.
And the idea that they could put her soul back into her body, and the idea that she could come back that way. I've heard rumors of it. That would be fine with me, but again, it has to be
kind of trying to cheapen her death too.
I think so too, and again, it's kind of tough because you want her to come back, you want her to be part of that Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3 that they're going to do, but at the same time, you're like, well, if they don't stay true to the death, then what was the point of having it in the first place? There's a lot of really difficult things.
Well, that's like what I said before. It's like they're going to have to make a superficial choice, like, oh, save her, or save all these other people.
Exactly. There's got to be some sort of, like, there's got to be some sort of way of doing it without cheapening it. I think, again, it could work. It's just going to take, I don't know. I mean, they've already filmed the movie, so they know, but I mean, we'll see what happens with that.
You can even say the actor, she's like, oh, either way that they do it, whatever they do, I'm good with.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be all right with it. I mean, let's talk about the rest of the deaths there.
Well, let me just say one thing.
Right there, that's it.
From what you understand, if you've seen the movie now or just watching your spoilers now, Thanos does succeed in wiping out half the galaxy.
Wiping out half the galaxy, and who does he take out? He takes out...
Let's see, we've got...
Black Panther.
Winter Soldier.
Groot.
Star-Lord.
Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange. Drax. Mantis. Falcon
gets taken. Falcon gets taken out?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, Falcon is okay.
You also get... I'm trying to remember now. Vision dies,
but we'll get into the Vision thing.
Scarlet Witch dies.
Yeah, so that's...
I'm trying to figure out who else. I think that's all, at least for the major ones.
I mean...
I don't think I'm missing anybody.
Let me ask you this, because...
two more at the post-credit scene, don't forget.
Oh, yes, Maria Hill there.
And Nick Fury.
Goes, too.
They give you a sliver of hope at the end.
Like,
it's Samuel. He's got to put in a last
He's got to put in the last mother effer. Now... Obviously, you and I both know that they're going to make a Black Panther 2. They're going to make a Spider-Man Homecoming 2.
And they're going to do another Doctor Strange eventually.
So, certain characters are gonna come back. It's just
See,
part
I don't
of it.
think they were killed. I think they were more like erased from existence. Like pulled out of existence.
That's what you think. They're pulled out of that existence. Okay.
If they were dead, there would just be like lifeless bodies lying around.
Okay, but let me ask you this: do you think anybody out of that whole group of people that disappeared, that any of them won't be coming back? If you had to say, like, okay,
like
or
I
is all of them
said,
coming
like
back?
in the previous thing we just discussed, there's going to be certain people that are going to have to be sacrificed to bring back the majority.
Yes.
I think a lot of them, for me, I don't want to diss the actors, but I think a lot of characters like Falcon aren't going to come back. I don't think. I think that I think almost all the Guardians are going to come back. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know.
We forgot to say Star-Lord too.
No. I think we said Star-Lord.
We know Spider-Man's got to come back.
Spider-Man's got to come back.
Black Panther's got to come back.
Black Panther.
Strange has got to come back.
Strange's got to come back. There's so many people that have to come back. Is everybody coming back? It's possible. I mean, again, it's a great, when they disappear, it's a great thing of like just almost like you just are like, it's like a gut punch of like, oh my god, they're gone. Especially the Spider-Man one where he's in Tony's arms.
I don't want to go. I want to stay. And Tony's reaction was, he's kind of matured a lot in this movie alone.
Oh yeah.
He wants to go to the next steps. I mean, he wants to actually have a family and all that, and like, kind of foresees Parker in a lot of ways as almost a prodigal type son.
Yes, and to see him disintegrate right in front of him, and just realizing that they failed.
I mean, remember that vision Scarlet Witch gave him, where he's looking at the Earth getting destroyed, and I'm like, kind of in a lot of ways, she kind of foresaw what was going to come for him.
What was going to come for him, and it's actually really, really poetic. Like I said, I really do like that. That whole ending there with the disintegration. Like I said, I think most of these characters are gonna come back.
Everybody was shocked in the theater. Sure.
It was like, and the thing about it is, in the theater that we were in, it was like almost like a silence. Everyone was like trying to process it.
Everybody was like, "What the hell just happened?"
Like, oh my god! Like,
I know. Me and my buddy here and his two pals were just like, "Oh my god." they were like almost comatose.
I was like, oh my god, man! But it was a great ending to the movie. But I do want to talk about Vision.
Mm-hmm.
Vision not only died once, but he died twice.
Yeah.
Because not only did Scarlet Witch end up basically blasting the stone from his head, basically killing him then and there, but Thanos also uses the time stone to actually reverse time enough.
Just enough to get him back before the stone explodes.
And he just rips it right from his head. Yeah,
he just takes a good chunk of his skull out, too. I'm like...
rips it right from his head.
And the thing is, I don't think Vision's coming back at all.
I don't think so either, but let me ask you this. This is one I want to know from you right now. Because, again, we talk about how they could cheapen things. You have all of the Infinity Stones. You have the Time Stone. They could take the Time Stone and go all the way back and save them all.
See, where I have to counterpoint that, the only one that knows how to use the Time Stone is Doctor Strange, and he's never used it to that extent.
You don't think that they're gonna go to Doctor Strange in the next film if they win and say, oh, we need to bring back Vision, we need to bring back all these people, you need to go do the Time Stone, would Doctor Strange say yes or no?
Well, remember how his main conflict was in this movie, where it's like he felt that it was kind of responsible to use the stone to that extent.
Sure.
I mean, he even argues with Tony, it's like, oh, we need to destroy the stone right now or get it away from Thanos.
Yeah.
It's like they have a whole argument about him, like, he's going to reverse... I mean, the only time he's ever reversed death to this point was when Wong gets taken out in the Doctor Strange film. Even then, it wasn't that far in the past.
No.
It's only, like, maybe at best, like, a half an hour, maybe an hour. You're talking about reversing the events of multiple deaths throughout the entire universe alone, or these group of people. I'm like...
It's tough to say. In my mind, I don't think that Doctor Strange will do it, and I think in some way people are going to hate him for it. I think Vision is completely dead. I do agree with you. I think.
Well, don't forget, he was more of an. The problem is, how do you define Vision? Is he an android or a cyborg?
I think he's got to be more of an android. I don't really see him as a cyborg. I mean, that's
If
just.
if he was a cyborg, that means he was partially alive, at least like because they said he was some kind of synthetic being. So.
Yes.
But the problem is, even if they could try to bring him back, I don't think it'd be the same. I think it'd be like a new version of him.
Yeah. Again, I want deaths like Visions and the Loki one,
Permanent.
and I want them permanent. I feel like in superhero films a lot of times
they've done their part. Their
Yes.
storylines are concluded.
their storylines are done, but I feel like in superhero films a lot of times I feel like death is never final, and.
You could say that on a lot of TV shows. Like, oh, he died this season. Oh, wait, we brought him back.
But I feel like in order to make me feel like these people can go and anybody can go, you gotta keep death final.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta just stick with it no matter what, and I just hope they do that. I hope they do that, and I hope they learn their lessons and listen to the fans. That's what I hope.
You know what I also could say is, in order to bring a good chunk of people back, or half the galaxy,
Yeah.
for every Infinity Stone, that's one soul that they have to sacrifice.
Wow, that would actually be really interesting. So
Gamora would probably be the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
Power Stone, it would have to be
The Hulk.
if Hulk dies.
Hulk dies.
Mind Stone, it'd have to be Vision.
Vision, yes.
Reality Stone, I don't know who we put for that one,
I
but
don't know about Reality Stone. I don't know about that one.
I mean, we also got
Yeah.
the Space Stone, and we got. Am I forgetting any?
Oh, Time.
Time Stone.
Time Stone, yeah. I mean, again, I'm hoping that the deaths are really good in the next one, and I'm hoping that again some of these ones that we saw in this film are final.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring them back. That's
Don't
my
go
sort
in
of
this
2
movie
cents.
thinking it's gonna be a happy ending by the end of this film.
No, not at all. Do not think that one.
There's
single
only one
bit.
person who got a
No.
happy ending in this film, and we kind of hate him for it.
And we kind of hate him for it, yes. So, I guess it's now on to the fourth and final topic, number 4. Topic number 4. Where does Marvel go next?
Well, like I said, at the end of this movie, you get the post-credit clip of a sliver of hope.
Captain Marvel.
You know,
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
from what I understand, I don't really know much about the character. I know she has like cosmic powers, or she gets them, and at least in the movie that you get to see her in.
Well, let me look. The next film we got is Ant-Man and the Wasp, and
Everybody's been asking that question. Where was he during this movie?
Where was he? Where was the Hawkeye discussion alone? Jesus Christ! I mean, him and Ant-Man. I will say this much about the Captain Marvel thing, and I had a big problem in Batman vs Superman with Wonder Woman. I thought the Wonder Woman standalone was fantastic, but here's the problem that I had with Batman vs Superman. So, you're telling me that after World War One, after that whole, she just walked away and she's never been, she just hasn't, I mean, you have to explain with Captain Marvel, because in Captain Marvel it's going to take place in the 90s. You have to explain where the hell she has been for all this time. All this stuff has been happening. Why hasn't she been around?
Here's the only thing I could say about that is, for one thing, it's in the 90s. So we don't know how old she is by then. She could be in her early teens or...
True, she could be. We don't know.
I mean, we got the actress Brie Larson who's going to be playing her.
Yes, which I have a lot of confidence in her.
I mean, for one thing, this is back when S.H.I.E.L.D. was back in its prime. You get to see Nick Fury. You get to see Agent Coulson back from the dead, or free dead.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. You see a couple of villains from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
That are in there as well. I mean, you see a lot of people
Who
coming
knows? She
back.
could be out in space right now, for all we know. She couldn't even be on the planet.
I know, for me personally, I just need that explanation. As far as, like going forward with Marvel, I mean, after the next Avengers movie, basically we're then into Phase 4, and
So much stuff.
there's so much stuff. I mean, we'll eventually get another Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange. We're gonna get another Guardians. Obviously, if Captain Marvel's successful, we're gonna get another one of that. I mean, do you feel like, they gotta continually bring in the new blood? They gotta end up like.
I think you kind of have to. I mean, if you do make movies for the original characters, it would have to be either like a combo one, like Iron Man Thor, or Iron Man Captain America again, or Captain Thor, or Hulk and Captain America.
I will say this, I am looking really forward to, there's been a lot of talk about it, and we might as well bring it up, that Disney is potentially buying Fox. And with that comes the X-Men, it comes Fantastic Four, and it comes Deadpool. And
All I gotta say is, oh Lord,
I mean,
that's a lot to do.
I mean, let me ask you this. I mean, would you, if this goes through, if Disney buys Fox, and they have these characters now, I mean,
In a lot of ways, they kind of got to reboot the versions of these characters in order to do them. I mean, maybe not Deadpool, but the other ones, yeah.
So I can see a complete reimagining of Fantastic Four, which, by the way, I'm completely fine with, because
The last two versions are really
those are
junk.
fucking god awful. With the X-Men, that gets tough. That gets really tough.
The younger versions are doing better than the older versions were.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one that out of the old version that works for both was Logan,
And he ain't coming back. I mean,
unless you have a completely new actor play him, which I don't think people are going to be too happy about.
I think people, it depends on who they get, but the thing for me is, it's always been a thing of like, for me, when I was growing up, Christopher Reeves was always Superman. And anybody else who came in, I could never accept him.
Same with Batman. I thought Michael Keaton, he was it.
Was great. So, do you feel like, okay, they got to hit it out of the park as far as casting, in order for some people to be like, okay.
See, the problem is tying that in with the current Marvel universe. I'm like, how come we never heard of mutants before? How come, you got all this other stuff coming out. Like, before they've heard of, enhanced people. It's like, wouldn't SHIELD be going after mutants for, as backup? It's like special power teams or something.
It's really tough. I think Marvel going forward, I think, these are two big films, Infinity War and the next Avengers film, and wherever they go next, I think they have to. People have talked about superhero fatigue, and I guess I get it. But
I think it's as if you keep doing a movie over and over and over and over, the same type of characters and stuff, I'm like, you're going to get bored with it. You need new, fresh stuff, like with what Marvel's been doing.
And look, I mean, what I love about it is that you get an Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is like a heist comedy type of movie. You get something like a Captain Marvel, which is going to be like a 90s style action movie. You get a Doctor Strange, which is a very trippy thing. You get a Black Panther.
Very spiritual type movie.
You get different types of Marvel movies. You don't get the same movie. Like, in a lot of ways, you get the same type of Star Wars movie all the time. And I love Star Wars, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but...
I mean, there's honestly, out of all the Star Wars movies, you can keep going with it. I mean, I won't ever say to the point where it's like, I hate Star Wars.
No.
I'll never get to that point. I was like, I don't like that one that much, but I'll still watch it. It's the same with Marvel movies. So far, they haven't disappointed me at all.
They haven't. I will say this much. I feel like there is going to come a time when Marvel's going to have to say, when are we going to completely end this thing? I don't think we're ever there at this point.
It'll be like at phase 35 before we get there.
I think it's going to be a long, long time before we ever do. I do say this much as far as like the acquisitions going forward. I'm a huge fan of X-Men. Bring them in. Bring Fantastic Four in. Deadpool's rated R. So if you're going to do Deadpool, you can't water him down.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
I mean, the first Deadpool, me and him just died laughing. The movie was so great.
It was really awesome. I look forward to Deadpool 2, but my thing about it is that there's been rumors that there was actually jokes in Deadpool 2 about Disney, and they were forced to take them out.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, we're not going to buy that if we got those kind of jokes in there.
And that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about them watering characters down like Deadpool, because Ryan Reynolds is somebody who when you give him a rated R Deadpool movie, he kills it. If you give him PG-13, you get.
This is pretty much the only superhero movie I actually liked him in, because.
Well, Green Lantern was.
The only thing I even liked out of Green Lantern was what was that dude's name that played Sinestro? Mark something. You know what I'm talking about?
Mark Strong.
Mark Strong.
Mark Strong.
It was the only thing I liked out of that whole movie.
That's Sinestro.
And his own other version of Deadpool that he made, which was pretty junk.
I mean, I love jokes like, you know, in Deadpool where he's like, "Don't make the suit green."
Or animated.
Like, you know,
he had some good comedy in that one.
So I wanted to see him joke about Disney, and so, you know, I mean, again, I'm just hoping that
it's more like cutting up a check from them. I'm like, oh, you're gonna do that joke?
Yeah, cut the check. You know, it's like, but I'm just hoping that they don't water these characters down that they bring in. I think Marvel's been very successful with all the people that they brought in, the characters.
They've taken risks, and it's paid off.
They've taken risks, and it's paid off. And I think that Kevin Feige, who is the head of Marvel, he oversees all this stuff, he has been a genius at this, and I don't see him really faltering. I think he's got a great creative team behind him, and I feel like if he just continues in the direction that he's going, he's going to be fine.
He's going to make the money, man.
He's going to make the money, and this is going to be just this brand is going to be fine.
I mean, so far out of everything we've seen Marvel-wise, other than Deadpool, the Avengers movies have been killing it.
They've been killing it. They've been fine.
The only minor one was probably Age of Ultron, but I still think it's decent enough movie.
I still think Age of Ultron is fine. If you're going to say it's the weakest out of the Avengers movies, fine. I would agree with you completely.
I mean, I think it's kind of stronger than Thor Ragnarok, but then again, Thor Ragnarok, they changed the completely type of style that movie was supposed to be. They went from a dark, gritty movie to a comedy, which, mind you, I kind of blame, what was the director who made that one?
What?
For Ragnarok?
Oh, yeah, Taika Waititi.
Yeah, played voice chord.
Yeah, voice chord, yeah.
That explains a lot.
Boy.
I forget, he was in Green Lantern. He played the scientist.
Yes, he was. Yeah,
that explains a lot too.
That explains a lot too. Before we end this video, I wanted to do one more small bonus topic that we didn't discuss, and one that the fans are really sort of arguing over and putting a lot of hate towards a certain actor's way.
What?
Okay, so Chris Pratt has been getting a lot of crap from a lot of people about what Star-Lord does in the movie.
You gotta look from his point of view.
Okay.
He just lost. I don't know. How would you define the relationship right now? Girl that he's in love with, or
girl that I almost think they're kind of dating, but that's just me. That's what I think.
I think. I mean, from his reaction to the movie, I think he loves her. He just hasn't said it yet to her.
My thing about it is basically they have Thanos on the ropes.
They practically got the gauntlet off, and they're about to win.
Mantis is on top of him, kind of controlling him.
Thing.
And and Quill is like, look,
he's just like, where's Gamora? And everybody's like, come on, stop, we're about to win, And he messes that all up, and
people have been furious about that.
You gotta look at it from his point of view. I mean, I won't say I agree with what he did. He risked the lives of, how would you say, billions, trillions?
Oh my God, I can't even count how many he probably...
God knows how many people are alive in that galaxy. I mean...
my thought about it is, look, I feel like, if it was you, if it was me, if it was Bob here, the one you love, if the one you love is dead, that hits you like a hammer, man. And I can't even
look at it from his point of view. He lost his mother.
Yes.
He found out his birth father only used him so he could use him for his own plan.
Yeah.
His adopted father, Yandu, sacrifices himself to save him.
Yeah.
He just lost the potential love of his life.
He's
lost big.
He's lost big, and you know what? I understand the frustration. I understand the anger. And, in the heat of the moment,
I would have lost my shit, too.
You're gonna lose your shit, guys. And I don't blame him at all for any of that stuff. I feel like if you guys do, you gotta put yourself in his shoes and really understand what went on in his head.
Well, then, considering how powerful Thanos is, you don't even know if they would have gotten the glove off completely anyway. Even without the glove, he's more than powerful enough to probably take them all on.
Exactly. So you really, yes, if you got the glove off of him, he could have still maybe got the glove back or something. I mean, and again, where are they going? I mean, if they're on Titan and they have the glove, or that, again.
I mean, I think.
And who's gonna put the glove on? I mean, that's a whole nother thing. I mean,
they could probably put the glove on, but it's like accessing that much power.
Exactly. But again, but my thing is like, okay, are you gonna trust Tony to put the glove on? Or are you gonna trust,
somebody like pure of heart, somebody probably like Spider-Man?
Who are you guys? I mean, again, and even Spider-Man, like he's a young kid.
You're putting on a glove that contains the power of practically the entire universe behind it.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, again, I think Thanos would have got it back regardless. That's just me, but.
Even if they got the glove, it's like if he already had completed his plan and they managed to get the glove off him, it's like, how do we reverse this? How do we stop it? It's like they don't even know how he did it.
Exactly, they don't even know. So you know what? The whole thing about it is that, and again, he has to hold the stone in his hand to put it onto the actual glove itself. So these people would have to take out the stones, and they're not even close to being powerful to take those stones out.
I think the only one that could probably take the stones out, at least with his telekinetic abilities, was Doctor Strange.
Probably.
But even then, even if you put the glove on, that much power would probably destroy them almost instantly.
Exactly. There's no guarantee of anything. So
it might protect them when they're wearing it, but if they had to take each stone out, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. So you know what? Honestly, guys, don't. The overall sort of message we want to give is that don't shit on Chris Pratt. Okay, don't shit on Chris Pratt. Oh, okay. Yes, that will do it for the topics. Alright guys, so that'll do it for our spoiler discussion on Avengers Infinity War. I hope you guys liked it. Definitely give it a thumbs up if you did, and definitely go back and check out our spoiler-free review where we talk a little bit more about stuff that we like without, of course, giving away any spoilers. But, if you're interested, definitely check that out. And check out the other content that's on the channel. The movie reviews, the out and about videos, the My Movie Pass adventures, all that jazz. If you like what you see and you like our opinions and thoughts on movies, then hit subscribe and become part of the Film Fan Nation, where I love talking movies and physical media with my subscribers. I love talking movies with Matt Titan over here. And, it's always fun.
We're honorary Avengers and Guardians.
Absolutely. And we're always honest about our thoughts. We never try to hold back.
You gotta be honest nowadays.
You gotta be honest.
You gotta voice your own opinion.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
I will say this, though.
What?
We got another year to find out before what happens next, and that's gonna be a long year.
We've got another year, and you know what? But I will say this, guys. The year's gonna fly by before you know we're gonna get it.
You know what's crazy about that next year, for that next May?
What?
We got big movies that month.
We've got huge friggin' movies. It's just going to be insanity what we're going to get. This year alone is just a lot, and next year's going to be a lot too. So definitely stay tuned to the channel for more content. And, yeah, sir, so I...
You should know. You don't want to make me angry. I turn you.
Hulk smash! Oh,
Hopefully Hulk gets better in round 2.
Against me? You damn, he ain't gonna stand a chance.
He'd bitch slap you.
Alright, guys, take care.
That don't work on me. My skull's too thick.
Well, I already knew that. Take care, guys.